Hello, this is Paul Nelson with Western Sport Floors, Wyoming Wood Floors, coming to you today from Clinton, Montana. I am so excited. I have Jerry Brainerd with Revolution Manufacturing.
Hello, Paul.
In the house.
Back again.
Thank you for visiting us in Montana.
Absolutely.
Jerry, just briefly, can you tell us about your company and what it is that you do and why you're so important to this industry?
Well, 30 years ago this year, we started Revolution in Eau Claire, Wisconsin. And what we started with was drum recovery, because it costs about $2,200 to buy a new one of these. And you can get that for about 20% to get them recovered.
So I don't want anybody to hold you to numbers because this video might be watched 5 years from now. But as of right now, approximately $2,200 is an American 12 drum.
Yes, new.
New. And you would recover this drum for?
About $425.
About $425. And so it obviously makes sense to recover the drum.
Yes.
I'm sorry I interrupted you.
That's all right.
Keep going.
And we actually do make them for American sanders, so
Okay.
you know you're getting the exact same quality that we give them. The only difference is the core is a little used. It's been turned down. We turn them down absolutely to pure aluminum and then build them back up.
So when you talk about turning them down, you're taking off this rubber.
Yes.
You put this on a lathe, and then you true up that aluminum.
Well, yeah, we strip off the rubber first. We break the core in half. We sandblast them, put them back together. We make sure the holes, the cams, everything is perfect. Put them back together, and then we skin cut the aluminum so they're perfectly true, and then add the rubber back, cut the sides, cut the slot, and then we balance the drums.
So talk a little bit about balancing, because we know that's so important.
Yes. The drums need to be in balance to get rid of chatter. It's the biggest cause of chatter in the machine is an unbalanced drum. And in order for a drum to be in balance, we have a balancing machine, which is basically an accelerometer. So if that drum is out of balance, it's going like this. And what we want to do is take that acceleration, deacceleration out. So it's this. Now there's no deacceleration or acceleration
Gotcha.
in that turn. That's imbalance. Now there's many things that go along with that. We have to put a shim in there to mimic the sandpaper.
Yes.
Okay. As you can see on here, we either drill or we drill and fill. We use lead or tin to fill with because it's a heavier mass than the aluminum.
Gotcha. But when these drums come out of your shop and you send them back to me, they have new rubber, they've been sandblasted, the cams are in good shape. I don't suppose you change the cams, but you certainly inspect them, do you know?
We inspect them and change them when needed. We always ask the customer, do you want, because there's a brass nut that holds the cam into the drum, and as these get turned and you're putting paper on and off, that steel wears that brass nut, and then that steel can wobble in there inside that brass nut, which actually makes that gap get a little bigger, so you have to put more shims in, throwing the balance off.
Got it. So let's talk about chatter, because everyone knows it can be an issue with an American 12 because you have that split drum.
Yes, belt machines inherently have an easier time having chatter-free machines, but the slot, as it's going around at, 2,600 revolutions per minute, it's hitting, this is hitting, plus when you got your sandpaper in, your sandpaper is actually pulling this slot open a little bit.
Got it.
Okay, that causes a problem. Now what we have come up with, and there's been a couple guys that have helped me out with this, we put the shim in a different place. So normally you got your sandpaper in, right? And you put your shim right in the center of that, right?
Yes.
Well, instead of putting it in there, you slide it in from the side, in between the sandpaper and the rubber. Then when you tighten it down, it actually, instead of having, this is what you want, the sandpaper kind of pulls it back when it's tight. When you put those shims in the middle, it doesn't pull it back as far, reducing the size of this slot, and we are making machines chatter-free coming off of a maintenance schedule.
I don't understand what you just said.
Oh.
And if I don't understand that, there's probably other people that don't
Okay.
understand it. Once this is mounted on the machine, there's no way of putting that shim in from the side, is there?
There is.
Oh, okay.
When you got it, the lid is open here.
Yep.
There's a little bit of room, right when it's like this, to be able to send those shims on the side.
Really?
Yeah.
And that makes a difference.
It does, because it keeps that sandpaper from pulling it back too far.
All right. I just learned something today. Put your shims in from the side.
And that's only on your top grade. You don't have to do that because it is a pain.
Yeah.
To put them in that way. I only suggest doing it on your top grit.
Okay.
Because your ones leading up to that aren't as important.
Gotcha. But the point is, with a properly balanced drum and properly applied paper, there's no reason that American 12 should leave chatter on a floor, yes?
Yeah, you're correct. You can get chatter free from an American 12. It's hard to maintain because unless you're blowing out your drum every single time you get done, and maybe even in the middle of it, because sawdust gets in there, and when it gets in there, it's going to lodge in different areas of the drum.
Throwing it out of balance. So getting an air compressor,
and getting a nozzle in there.
getting a nozzle and blowing out,
Having your cams rotated so they got the biggest area available.
really important.
Very important. That's the most important. If you can get your machine chatter free, let's say, keeping the dust out is the only way it's going to stay that way.
Awesome.
Now, and over time, that slot does widen open due to wear.
Yes.
Okay? That is going to cause chatter as well. So at that point, you're going to have a little bit of chatter, which is why we recommend once a year. You do it once a year. The most would be every 2 years is getting your drum recovered.
Just recover the drum,
Get them recovered.
replace the bearings on each side.
Bearings every year. The American 12s were designed as a residential machine.
Right.
And you guys are running them 12 to 14 hours.
Right.
Straight.
Right.
That's a lot. I'm not going to call it abuse. That's a lot of work.
For sure.
Yeah.
And higher RPM motors.
Yes, higher, more torque, more hard. Yes. Those bearings need to be replaced at least once a year.
So you're going to replace the bearings every year. The $400 and odd to put a new recovered
Yes.
drum on probably makes it, because it's a big job. Not certainly doable, but you're a couple of hours replacing those bearings.
Yeah, taking the American 12 is the most uncomfortable drum to take off a machine
right.
in the market, but it's doable.
It's for sure doable.
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. All right, Jerry. You, in addition, you have many other items in your business that you do, but just to stay on the gym floor theme, you're also rebuilding the American 12s.
Yes.
Do you want to talk about what you see when
We see a lot
we're
of
not criticizing any customer?
No judgment whatsoever. In fact, we like it when they come in that way because it gives us something to do.
There you go.
But they can come in fairly nasty. Everything from just being full of sawdust in the motors, in the drums, everywhere, to things being broken on the machines that need to be fixed. Things that have been hobbled together that I don't know how this machine is still working, to be honest with you. Drums that are so beat up that I don't know how they keep paper on it.
Right.
But some come in, and you can tell when some guys take care of their equipment because there is no sawdust and things are put together.
Right. But even if you take care of your equipment, be like taking care of your car, you'd still change the oil.
You have to.
Yeah. Incredibly important to
Yes.
continue to do good work.
Yes.
And I do see that a lot. No criticism on a Hummel or a Galaxy, but people say, oh, they work so much better than American 12. Well, you probably don't have your American 12 set up correctly or haven't done the correct maintenance to it.
Correct.
Because it should do an equally good job.
Absolutely.
Yep.
And some of those other name machines can be really finicky in their setup, especially 12-inch machines with
sure.
an upper roller.
Yep.
To get them to track just right can be very...
Well, and then when you're out on a gymnasium floor and it's hot and you're running that machine 8 or 9 hours,
Yes.
yeah, that paper goes really wonky
It
on
can,
you.
yeah.
Jerry, you're in Eau Claire, Wisconsin.
Yes.
You service the industry nationwide.
Yes.
Do a lot of shipping.
Yes.
It isn't like somebody has to live next door to you.
No, we try to make the shipping as easy as possible. When it comes to drums, we can even send you a label, throw it in a box, slap the label on, get it to us. We'll get it taken care of.
Awesome. Make it as easy as possible.
Yes.
Revolution Manufacturing.
Revolution Manufacturing, Eau Claire, Wisconsin. The website is 101revolution.com.
101revolution.com.
Like 101.
Jerry Brainerd, thank you for coming to Montana to
bet.
visit us.
Thank you, Paul, and happy birthday.
Thank you very much. Looking forward to continuing our long and prosperous relationship together.
100%.
All right.
Thank you.
For Western Sport Floors and Wyoming Wood Floors, this is Paul Nelson. You make it a great day.